Well, hello everyone. It's Kari back again with you on the channel to share a really fun card. I am soaking up the last weeks of summer here, and I thought it would be fun to use the Butterfly Layering Stencil from Miss Ink Stamps and add some Dazzle to it. So I'm going to show you some ways to do that. Look at this stencil. There are 4 layers to the stencil. And there's also some little lines on the stencil to help you line everything up, which is really, really great. So there's those 4 layers, and so I am going to choose some different colors. Now I'm hoping that you might be able to see these guidelines here. So this will help you line up a card panel that is landscape, just like this. I have chosen my colors here. I'm going to do some blues and greens, just to give me a nice, light, calm looking card. And I've got my grip mat here, and I'm going to place these down. So I've got my panel down first, then I've lined up those guidelines over that panel and stuck it down to the grip mat. I'm starting out with the lightest shade of blue. This is Serene, and I think it's really pretty. It's kind of a purpley blue, just a light shade. Now I'm going to add the second layer here, and I'm going in with a darker shade of blue. This one is Cove Blue, and this is going to add the dots and some of the designs in the wings. It's already turning out so beautiful. Just take a look at this. Oh, I love it so far. Next, I'll go in with the third stencil, line it up once again with those guidelines, and I'm going to come in with kind of my aqua blue shade. So this is going to go over the sides of the wings. This is, which color am I using here? Sea glass. And I'm going to go ahead and just ink blend that on the edges of the wings. This layer of stencil also has the body and the antenna of the butterfly. So I'm just going to go in with some black soot on that portion. I think this design is so beautiful. Miss Ink Stamps has some really great layering stencils that I adore. And if you haven't seen them, it's worth taking a look. I will link them below for you if you want to. Just check them out. Besides this butterfly one, there is a little piggy one. There's a Highland cow. There's lots of really great layering stencils. For this last layer, I'm going in with one of my very favorite colors. This is called Daydream. I love it so much. I'm going to add that to the edges here, and you'll see how this all turns out. But we're not going to be finished there because I did promise you a little bit of Dazzle, did I not? So let's go in with that now, but let me show you a little close up. Such a pretty butterfly. Now this is Dazzle Dust from Miss Ink Stamps. This is the most amazing glitter because if you look at it from one direction, it is one color, and then if you look at it from a different direction, it's a different color. So it kind of has an alternating change look to it. It changes in the light. So I've got a piece of leftover packaging here that I'm working on, and I just put a little bit of glossy accents on there, and then I added a little bit of that glitter. This is the Moody Blues color of Dazzle Dust. It's so beautiful. It's blue when you look at it from one way, and it's green when you look at it from another way. It's really pretty. So what I thought I would do is just clean off one of these stencils here, and I want to put the glitter right on the body of the butterfly so that that part is going to really shine. I didn't want to get any on the antenna, so I'm just adding a little bit of low tack tape over the antenna so I don't accidentally glitter those up. And then I'll put just a tiny bit of that glitter on the body. Now you don't need very much. I probably mixed up way too much of this glitter paste. I am going to wipe it off of my stencil right away, and then I'll go wash that up properly in the sink a little bit later. But look here, it's green and it's blue from the other direction. So hopefully you can see that a little bit. I'll show you a little bit later, closer up. But I want that to dry just a little bit before I do my next layer of glitter. So I'm using my heat tool on a low setting and just helping that to dry along. And now I'm going to use this stencil right here with the spots on it, and I'm going to glitter up just the outer layer of those spots. And I think this is just going to add that glitz, that glamour, a little bit of sparkle and shine that I'm looking for. And I have plenty of this glitter to go around. I could even add it to more areas if I wanted to. Again, I'm going to wipe off my stencil first thing. That's what I'm doing right here, a little bit off screen. But I'm going to do that so it doesn't have a chance to dry on my stencil before I get to take it to the sink. Now take a look at that glitter. See how it's blue and then it changes to green in the light? It's really, really pretty. So I've set that aside to dry, and now I'm going to take the mask that's in the stencil set, and I'm going to mask over that butterfly. I really love that these stencil sets have the mask included. So now what I can do is I can take another stencil. This is the Leafy Swirls stencil, and I can stencil right over the top. Now I use some repositionable adhesive on the butterfly mask, so it's not going to move on me. And I'm going to take some Melon Ice ink and just do a nice light layer of green on these leaves from this Leafy Swirls stencil. Super easy, super beautiful, and that mask is going to make sure I don't get any over my butterfly. And this just will make a really nice muted background for our card. There we go. Take a look at that. Now in the video, I realize you can't see those leaves as much as you can in real life. I also took this sentiment from the Fall Bouquet stamp set. I white heat embossed it on some blue cardstock. This is kind of a turquoise cardstock. And now I'm going to take some foam tape and pop that right up on our panel. So this is our sentiment. Thank you so very much. Beautiful. Now we can go ahead and attach this to our card base. I'm using a 110-pound card base, so it's nice and thick, and I'll just add some liquid adhesive all around the back of that panel, attach it to the card base, and that's going to finish off our card today. Now, how easy was this card with stencils? Some really great layering stencils here. So I'm going to add that to the card base. And then I did have a little bit of excess over the edge, so I'm just going to trim that edge just a little bit there. And that's going to be our card for today. Now, if you've never used Dazzle Dust from Missing Stamps, go check it out. There are lots of different colors with different color shifts to them, and they're really beautiful. Now, I did get a little of that repositionable adhesive on the butterfly, so I'm just taking my adhesive eraser and taking care of that with that eraser. And there's a look at our finished card. I love using the Dazzle Dust with glossy accents and mixing it together, because then you don't have a problem with getting glitter all over the place. It will stay put in that glossy accents. So very nice. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back soon with more card inspiration. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.